Hi, Rich Morantz here, Director Instructor of Green Mountain Tai Chi in Vermont. Today I am filming from my kitchen. This video is on intentional energy to optimize nutrition and aid in the digestive process. So in the practice of Tai Chi and Qigong, we have a saying where the mind goes, the Qi goes, and Qi being energy or life force. So I'm going to do a couple things today in this video. One is I'm going to present a method on how to bring energy into our food to optimize that nutrition and to aid in our digestive process. And then after I show you the method or a method, I'm going to give you the how or the why and the rationale behind it. So we're going to start with the method. So I have a food that I made for lunch today, a nice black bean and rice type dish, just something simple that I like to make for myself, but this can work with any food. So the way that I do this is I start by connecting with all that connects us all, right? So I just take a moment and become quiet and have the intention of making that connection. So we do that through the breath, just nice, easy, take a breath or two. And at that point, what I do is I place my hands around my food. Almost, it's kind of like an embrace of the food, is the way I would say it. And for myself, I use my gaze, the eyes, to bring my intention into that where I want my energy to go. So as I have my hands here, kind of embracing my food, making a connection with my food, my gaze is there as well. So all that energy that connects us all, which is around me, is going to come into my body, through my body, and it's connected into my food because there is no separation between anything. The idea is everything is made up of energy, and there's really no separation between energy. So as I'm sitting here and I'm gazing into my food, generally speaking, I just let my mind be very quiet. And I allow myself to be a conduit of this positive, loving energy that surrounds us all. And this goes into my food. You can also use some more intentionality. You can think things like the word love or gratitude. Sometimes I look into my food and I think these molecules are going to be so digestible. They're going to work so wonderful for bringing nutrients into my body. Any type of positive thought process, positive intention will enhance the quality of this food, the energetic quality of this food. So I sit here, I take my breath. So I'll show you the method. So I sit here, I have my food in front of me. I take a breath or two, make that connection, embrace the food, and allow my gaze to go into it. And I go by feeling. And as I sit longer and allow myself to become quiet, I could feel the energy, I could feel the connection. And there's no specific set amount of time for this. Whatever feels right. So I'm connecting with this energy going into the food. And then I kind of release that and I take a breath before I put the food in my mouth. So then I would take my food, eat it, and digest it. So this is the how. This is a method, and it can be the beginning guideline you can use. So we make the connection to that which connects us all. We connect to the way we're feeling, becoming quiet through our breath. We connect to the food by bringing the hands around it as if embracing it and recognizing that this is also energy. So energy around us, energy in ourselves, energy in our food. So now we can look at the why would we even do this. So first we can look at the physiological process of digestion. So digestion begins in the mouth. It starts in the mouth and works all the way through our body until we go through the elimination process. When we are intentional in our food and we take a moment and connect to it, what I have found, and this is through personal experience, is I start to build some saliva that wasn't there prior to that. And that's where the digestive process begins. It's through the salivary glands, enzymes are released, and it begins to break down our food. So it's kind of like a Pavlov's dog response. I'm thinking about eating, and my body is thinking, oh, he's thinking about eating, I better start this digestive process. So before I even put a morsel of food in my mouth, that begins. So as I'm putting the food into my mouth and that is already activated, each step of the process through swallowing, through the process in the stomach and the intestines that occurs of breaking down food, absorbing nutrients into the body, and then eventually eliminating waste process is also being activated, because once that is activated in the mouth, everything else starts to activate. So apologize for my dog barking in the background here. So that's the physiological process using the mind intent. The other idea is there's been studies done, maybe you have seen them around water molecules. When people put in a positive intent into a water molecule, they form a crystal. If it's a positive one like love or gratitude or appreciation, it forms a beautifully symmetrical crystal. However, when there is a negative thought process like hate or things like that, it forms a really ugly looking crystal. There's also been studies done around plants with positive intention, that some grow better with the positive thought process and others do not thrive with a negative thought process. So there's been numerous studies replicated in many different ways around this idea of intention affecting cells and affecting that energy, affecting everything around us, everything that helps us survive as a human being. So if we want to optimize, so I have good nutrition here, I know I have good quality food here, the nutritional value of this is very good, but I'm going to optimize it by increasing the energetic quality of this food. And this is known to work. All we have to do is do it, to take the time to slow down and be mindful in our process of eating. And we also know that we feel better when we're not just gulping down our food, right? I've done this in the past. Just shovel it down, fill my belly, right? This allows us to enjoy our food and appreciate what we're doing. So this is a little bit of the idea of using intentional energy to optimize nutrition and aid in the digestive process. I hope you found this useful, and I enjoy and healthy, happy eating.